And Theresa May has warned Rishi Sunak against tearing up modern slavery laws in an effort to stem the number of illegal migrants entering the UK. So, Theresa May told Rishi Sunak that reforms of legislation which she oversaw while in the Home Office modern slavery laws, claiming it could create other problems. Speaking on Radio 4's Today programme, she said the government must safeguard world-leading protections for victims of modern slavery. Now, it comes with the news that a total of 90 migrants arrived on British shores on boats on Christmas Day. Joining me now is the political commentator Patrick O'Flynn. Patrick, great to have you on. First things first, should Theresa May pipe down?
She's free to make her points, isn't she? But the thing to remember about Theresa May is she was Prime Minister of the United Kingdom for almost 3 years, and she has no positive legacy whatsoever. She was the sort of you had one job Prime Minister, which was to get us out of the European Union, and she failed. So obviously that's a massive challenge to her vanity. So she falls back on these sort of phantom achievements that she thinks she achieved when she was Home Secretary. Now, it used to be one thing she was terribly proud of was making it harder for the police to do stop and searches, which she thought advanced racial justice. But since her meddling on that one, many more young black youths have been stabbed to death in our big cities. And I see the Modern Slavery Act as another example of this. It's do-gooding liberal legislation that in fact gives people who've come to Britain and maybe being caught at a low level of drug smuggling operations or things like that, it gives them massive opportunities to say, I'm the victim here, I'm a modern slave, I came here under duress. And it also, ironically, gives people who say they were brought here against their will massive opportunities to say, therefore, I must be allowed to stay here. So I think in that sense, she's massively overreaching. She thinks it's a big achievement of hers. Most voters won't.
Well, on this, you may have heard of her. Narinda Kaur, who's joining me throughout the course of the show, has decided to get very irate about this.
Yeah, Patrick, there could be genuine victims, and you're literally putting everyone in the same boat there, literally speaking. And she's set up these laws to protect victims of the sex trade, and there's genuine cause for that. And you're just wiping it all away, saying, actually, no such thing, it's weak.
I'm not saying there's no such thing, and obviously sexual exploitation of women is something that's real, and they deserve some protections. I'm far from convinced that the Modern Slavery Act adds much value for genuine victims. But what I am focused on is the British people who are the victims of illegal immigration, which is competing for welfare resources, which British taxpayers are paying for, which should go to more deserving cases. We have veterans sleeping on the streets. Our accommodation, social accommodation is massively over pressured. And I just don't see that Theresa May's bit of legislation, which has been widely abused, which is why Rishi Sunak is looking at reforming it as a way of keeping people in the United Kingdom. I don't think it's worth defending.